I'm going to do a bit of a different video today, as we are going to be doing different topics soon, as I'm doing a name change and going to be talking about a lot of different subjects and topics. But today's topic, I live in Australia, right? And food prices here in Australia are just astronomical. Like buying at your local Woolies or Coles, you think you're saving, but you're not. Now, that's usually the city prices, but I don't hear anyone talking about the rural areas, like the smaller country towns where you might not have access to Woolies or Coles, or maybe your nearest Coles or Woolies are about an hour plus drive away, maybe even longer, 2-3 hour drives, depending how remote you are. Australia is a very big and vast country, and it's not huddled up. There's lots of areas where people drive for, a good couple of hours to get their normal groceries. So the price of fuel is quite pricey as well. And when it comes to spending a lot of money on your food, plus your petrol to get to your destination or where you want to buy your groceries, you always got to do a lot of penny pinching. You've got to buy in bulk or buy the bargains, and you think you're getting bargains, but you're not. I live in a small rural town, and there's only one supermarket here. And, gone are the days where you used to get a shopping trolley for $100. Like $100 would get you what you need, the staples now. But that's gone. Like I go down the street now and $100 will be a few bags or even less, depending what we need. Meat's gone up, dairy's gone up, eggs are going up. Everything's just up on the rise. Now, you got to think, in the city, you have closer access to multiple supermarkets and chains as well. When you're living in a rural town where you only have access to one supermarket, there's no much variation. And the closest town to me has the same supermarket. It's actually owned by the same people. So the prices are going to be pretty much the same. So me and my partner, we went to a bigger area, which is about over an hour's drive. And we went to Aldi's, or Aldi's, or what do you want to call it? And we did a massive, massive shop. We did like a massive shop. And I was surprised on how much we bought, because I thought it was going to cost us $500 easy, because like I said, we had the money and we wanted to buy a big grocery list. Now, if I bought any of this stuff, like if I bought this list here, this is my Aldi's shopping list, right? Aldi's shopping list, right? That's how big it is, right? That's a big list, right? Big. It keeps going, right? If I bought all these items at my local Foodland, that would have been at least $550 or maybe possibly $600. And I was comparing prices. Now, I know that Aldi's has its own brands of stuff, which are a lot cheaper. I get that, and I think that's really cool. I mean, you're either going to like those brands or not. So what I wanted to do is some price comparisons to dog food compared to cat food. I looked on the Foodland website here. Now, Foodland is an SA brand, like South Australian owned. Foodland, Maori South Aussies, yeah. And I'm not here to put them down or anything like that. I think it's great that we have an Aussie branch, but when it comes to a smaller area, and we're just paying through the nose. Like we're paying you're paying up to $5 to $6, maybe $7 for a loaf of bread. Eggs are about $10 to $13, $14 sometimes. That's if they get them here. Milk can be between $5 to $7, $8, depending what type of milk you're getting. It's just ridiculous. And then when you're buying shampoos, detergents, all these things cost. Now, I know usually it's a cost due to having the stuff sent. Like in a rural town, you have to have the things delivered to you. So deliveries are usually maybe twice a week. So you got to have the freight. They got to pay for freight. So they got to put the profits on top of that. So I understand that. Especially when things are going up. But it's really, really hard to try and budget everything on a budget nowadays. But this is the stuff, I bought some toilet blocks yesterday from Aldi's, right? Now, if I bought them from my local Foodland, that would have been $6, $5 or $6. These were $2.39 toilet blocks, right? Now, and then we bought mince, right? Mince is like ground beef, right? If I bought that from my local Foodland, that would have been $11 to $13, right? And that was for maybe 500 grams, 500 gram block like that. Anyway, that's how big it is, right? That would have been like $10 to $11, maybe $12. We got 2 kilos worth of ground mince, for $20. A big packer like that, and Trish, my partner, sliced it up in 4 sections. So that's 4 meals. 4 meals that we make, like 4 lots of pasta meals we can make with that, whatever. Then we bought, I love coffee. I'm a coffee drinker. I drink coffee. Now, I didn't get a name brand yesterday. I got like the Aldi's version of coffee, which was like nearly $6 for like a 500 gram jar, about that big. And no, it's not perfect, but it was all right. I didn't mind it. But when you're buying like mocha or something like that, that's like 13 foot. Like mocha and International Roast or Nescafe are like $20 for like a big tin, $20, $30 you're looking at. So I was really surprised by that price. And even the pasta, like as a staple. We bought pasta yesterday from Aldi's for 80 cents. 80 cents, not even $1. And then if I got pasta from my local Foodland, that would have been like $2, $2 to $3. Maybe even $4 sometimes, It goes up. Now, I'm not saying that Foodland, and I know Foodland and other small branches will have more name brands, and I understand that the name brands will be more expensive. But when it comes to pasta, what's the difference? You know what I mean? Or milks or eggs, these things. It just baffles me, the price that we pay. I bought pork ribs for $13, and we got garlic prawns that were they were only $10, all right, for 280 grams, for 300 grams roughly, but we got them for $6.99. Now, if I bought prawns here, that would have been like $15, $15 to $20 easy. A smoked hock, right, was only $8.93. 1 kilo of middle bacon, good quality bacon, was $10.79 from Aldi's. Now, if I bought the same type of bacon, it would have been pretty much just cheap fat and offcuts, and it would have been probably dearer. I think normally when I buy bacon from my local Foodland, it's between. Sometimes I have it on special, like I said, $10 to $12 maybe sometimes, but usually you're buying it for $13 to $15. Tins of baked beans were about $1, right? And now if I'm normally buying baked beans from Foodland, I'm paying between $3 to $4. And the dog food and the cat food, this is where it got me, because we have 2 cats and a dog, and we bought like the Aldi version of their cat food and dog food. Now I know it's probably like a cheaper version, but the cat food pack of 12 satchels were like $7. They were like let's have a look here. Cat food. Sorry, I'm just reading off here. Yeah, they were about like $7 for a packet, or $7. And then normally, if you buy these satchels from here, you're looking at $14 to $15, and that's on special. So like a satchel, of like 12 satchels of cat food. And then we bought this dog food, and that was $2.39 a can. $2.39 a can for 700 gram dog food, and it wasn't the. It was a natural food one. That's, I think, what it's called, dog food natural, an Aldi's one. And now, if I bought them from my local Foodland, the dog food's usually like $3.50 a can. So I'm saving almost $1 on a can of dog food, each can. So that's what gets me, is like, we're living in an era, like especially like in rural towns, where it's just costing us so much money, and then when you want to save money, like we tried to save money yesterday, like we bought heaps of stuff. And I know $400 sounds like a lot, but when you think about all the stuff that we bought and the stuff that we would buy here for the same, it would probably cost us double. It's just a real shame that when you don't have the variety or the options in a rural area, the prices pretty much skyrocket or doubled. You know, it's really hard to make it here. So, and that's why I wanted to share with you guys. Sorry, I'm just so like, this is an unedited video. I'm just wanted to share these videos with you. Like, people who are obviously living in rural towns are probably affected as well. And I do love supporting like local businesses. You know, you want to support local businesses, but you can understand why people will shop somewhere else if they have the option for cheaper options, you know. And I feel that, yes, you know, it's great that you're getting these, you have a supermarket in your town, stuff like that, but I feel that sometimes they need to be a better provider for their community and maybe try to cut down costs on certain things, especially the staples like bread, milk, eggs, flour, sugar, all these sort of things. Like, we got sugar for $1 something from Aldi's, and it's normally like $3 or $4 here. You know what I mean? It's staples that should be cheap. There should be there should be like a fixed or set price. I don't know why we're paying so much, and it really baffles me why the prices are so vastly different from a rural area to cities. Oh yeah, here we go. The 12-pack of cat food pouches. That's the ones we got. Yep, 12-pack. They were only $5, not $7. Sorry. That's just crazy. And yeah, and this bag here, a 1 kilo bag of dry cat food, $7.39. Now that's usually like $15, $13 to $15 for a bag of cat food that we normally get here. So this one here, yep, gourmet dry cat food, 1 kilo bag. Now if I'm buying from the local Foodland, it's going to be like $12 or $13, easy. It's just crazy what the prices of variations. And I know that Aldi's is a bigger brand compared to Foodland, but when you're in a competitive scheme and you're also like, I'm in South Australia, you think that they'd want to compete a bit more and be more competitive with these sort of things. But I feel that they're really holding us back here. Let me just have a look here. Look at some Foodland prices here. Well, like yesterday, I bought some Aldi's drinks, which is like a cola, like their version of cola, and it's a zero sugar. And I thought I'll try these colas out, right? Now, they're not cold. They tasted more like Pepsi than cola, and they were really nice. I really enjoyed the zero sugar colas. Thought they tasted great. Now, I know it's not a Coca-Cola brand, but it was really, really cheap. It was like $8.20 or $8.30 for a pack of 12. Now, if you go and get, like, let's just say a 10-pack of normal Coca-Cola, that's $12, and that's for a 10-pack. So that's $4 difference, and plus you're getting 2 less cans. Now, I know it's not proper cola, but I tell you what, it is pretty bloody nice, and you're saving. But it just frustrates me that this sort of happens, and I know I'm comparing Foodland to a bigger branch, but you can see why we went over here to do some food shopping, because it just worked out better for us to drive an hour and a bit to get somewhere, to do a massive shop, get the things that we need, and not do any penny pinching. We could buy it because it was still relatively cheap. And we bought we bought our staples that we needed. We bought milk, we bought bread, we bought meat, because we go through a lot of meat. We bought vegetables, like our vegetables were really cheap, and fruits as well, all that sort of stuff. And like I said, I'm not here to bag the businesses. It's just like, if you really want to encourage people to buy from smaller companies and smaller brands, you need to really be more competitive with the big leagues as well. Like, you really need to encourage people to keep shopping there. I'll go to my local Foodland and I'll buy 2 or 3 bags of stuff and it'll be like $150. It's just so ridiculous. And, it gets a bit out of hand. And it gets really frustrating because, like, honestly, I like to shop local. I like to shop local and support smaller businesses. But when the prices are so high, it really does put you off. You really think, oh, well, maybe I should just go and do a bigger shop. You can see why people will drive an extra hour or two to get somewhere to save. And I don't see more variety. There's more variety, So people always say to you, oh, you should support local businesses. And look, I do. I put a lot of money in my town and stuff like that. But this is something that me and my partner are really seriously considering doing now from now on. Like, we'll still buy stuff here, but when we need to do like a bigger shop, we're going to drive out of town and go to Aldi's and buy stuff there. It's more practical. But I just want to know from people who live in rural areas, do you find it difficult to support local businesses when the prices of everything's going up? It goes up, and you think, well, maybe I should drive an extra hour or two and save more money because it's just getting a little bit crazy. And with Australia too, like, I love this country. I love my country very much, but people are struggling. People are definitely struggling. I am definitely feeling the struggles lately, especially now. After COVID, everything is just so bloody expensive. Everything is just so gone up. Everything is just pricey as. And we don't bat an eyelid. We just pay for it. We don't say anything. We don't do anything about it. We just keep buying all this stuff. And it's just going up and up and up. But I feel like your money that you're earning is not going up. And you just struggle. It's just really hard right now. It's really hard to survive at the moment. And fuel, electricity, water, everything is just going up, and like we're just keeping our head just above water. It's just crazy at the moment, and it's really hard for people to survive here now. And I'm not even talking about the people who are working. Like, I work, but what about the people who don't currently work? Maybe pensioners, people who are on disability support. How are they coping, It's just really, really hard for everybody out there, and it's just getting out of hand the way things are. And I really feel that the government really needs to step up the plate and watch Woolies, watch Coles. What are they doing over there? Why are their prices so crazy, I don't know too much about Aldi's, but I know that I really saved yesterday. Saved a lot by buying there. And I know that because we live in a remote area, not really remote, but we're about 3 hours away from the city, that freight would be on top of everything, but it can't be that expensive. It shouldn't be that expensive, especially for your staples like your eggs, bread, milk, flour, sugar. Those things should be set to a set price and no changes at all. It shouldn't be. People should be able to afford a loaf of bread or a block of cheese. Like cheese as well. Like, we buy cheese here and it's like $13, $14. Like, I buy shredded cheese and it's usually $13 or $14 here when it's not on special. I bought from Aldi's a bag, same size of cheese, $8. I was saving like $4 or $5. I think everything that I bought from Aldi's compared to your local Foodlands or IGAs, I think I was probably saving at least $1 or $2 on each item. Easy, maybe even more. It's just crazy. And this is not a sponsored Aldi's video, right? I'm just saying that what I'm getting from Aldi's, right? And I'm relatively new to Aldi. I've been there maybe a couple of times, but I just thought we'd do a big shop yesterday. And like I said, me and my partner were just absolutely gobsmacked on the price variation. And it's just crazy. And I know that Foodland does a lot more name branding. I get that. You're getting lesser known brands, but it's just like, I was just surprised. I was just so surprised on the prices that on the amount that we saved. Because if I bought a full trolley Normally, I'm spending like if my local Foodland when I'm buying like a weekly shop, it will be like maybe $200, over $200 a week, easy. And and that's not a full trolley. That's not a full trolley, and that's buying like the staples, like your breads, your milk, meats, veggies, dog food, cat food, and it'll be like $200, easy. And you probably won't buy everything that you need. But when I went to Aldi's yesterday, we bought that and then some, and we still saved. It was just crazy on the pricing there. But I'd love to hear from you guys. I'd like to hear from you all. Like, are you saving right now? What are you doing to save on your shopping or whatever you're doing right now? What are you doing right now that you're currently trying to save on your food shop? Are you going out of town to buy? Are you still supporting your local shops? Maybe you're growing stuff at home. Maybe you're growing your own veggies. Maybe you've got chickens at home to get your eggs or whatever. I mean, I'd love to know what you're doing to save money right now in Australia, because everything is so darn expensive. And I just wanted to hear your thoughts. Either way, I hope you really like this video. I know it's a different take from what we do at normal, but this channel is going to go all sorts of directions. We're going to be talking about a lot of things and showcasing a lot of things. And like I said, I love my country. I love Australia very much, but by God, it's costing us a fucking arm and a leg right now living here. But either way, thank you for watching and thank you for listening, and I'll see you on the next one. And bye for now. Take care, everyone.